Hey everybody, it's Dr. Todd. Hope you guys are doing well this week. I sent you an email, and in that email, I was honest that I had last semester's syllabus up, and I had tried to edit it, and for some reason I couldn't. It seemed like it's hardwired into Blackboard, and I'm sorry for that. So the dates were all wrong, and I gave you new dates. But I also told you that I would talk to you a little bit about the papers that are going to be due. So, in an online class, there are basically only three things that we can use to assess whether the student has done the work and what kind of grade they deserve. And the first one is their discussions on the online discussion thread. The second are papers that they'll turn in. And the third is a final exam. And we're going to do all of those. But at the same time, I want to just kind of relieve some of the stress you guys might feel because this is an introductory class. It's a 1000 level class and it's not going to be that hard. So you basically have three papers. You have two reflection papers, which are basically book reports for the two texts that you have. And then you're going to have a final paper. The first reflection paper, and they're both 3 to 5 pages, double spaced, 12-point font, and that's going to be due the first Sunday night in February. Remember, the way that the portal works, and I don't have any ability to change this, it works from Monday morning, actually Monday at 12:01 a.m. till the following Sunday night at 11:59 a.m. So in other words, midnight Sunday night to the next midnight Sunday night is essentially a week. So on that first late Sunday night in February, your first one is due, and it can be on either the Grudem text or the POW text. I don't care which one first. The following week, the 11th of February, is the second one, and then 2 weeks after that will be your final paper, which will coincide with the same weekend that we open the final exam. And the final exam is not going to be that hard, but it'll be online as well, and I'll give more information as we get closer. So the two reflection papers, they're 3 to 5 pages. That's going to happen real quick. I know you haven't read all of the books yet, and that's okay. So what I'm asking is you take a page or page and a half, and you talk about the basic purpose of the book, why it seems to have been written, the way in which it was written, and then grab one or even two things that kind of jumped out at you or resonated with you while reading the portions of the book you've read thus far, and just talk about it briefly. 3 to 5 pages, it won't be hard at all. That's mostly just for an opportunity for me to know. It's kind of an accountability thing that you have interacted and engaged with the text. So those will be easy. One's due the first Sunday in February, one's due the following Sunday in February, the dates that I gave you on the email. The final paper, which is due a couple weeks after that, it's, I think I said 6 to 9 pages, double spaced, 12-point font. Think of it in these terms. You're going to basically tell me what you're going to say it, and you're going to tell me what you just said. You can either pick one of the 7 sections in the Understanding the Scriptures book by Grudem, the portion about inspiration or about genre or about manuscripts and so on and so forth, the canon, some of those things. You can grab one of those sections and write about that, or you can write about any of the topics that Glenn Powell talked about, either in his book or the interview. Now, I would anticipate that you would use a few other references and talk about it. Again, tell me what you're going to say, introduce the topic, then talk about it and have some supporting material, and then with some level of passion, finish it. And why is this important? Now, this is a college paper, though I will also say this is not an English grammar class. However, because it's a college paper, we would expect there to be basic observation and line up with basic grammar and those kind of things. I would not anticipate having to make corrections in spelling and basic grammar and those kinds of things. I'm not going to be a hardliner on those things, but if it's really, really sloppy, we would have to take points off regarding that. So I got to tell you, I'm not a real hard grader, but I want to hear from your heart, and I want you to do some due diligence. So those are the 3 papers. Now, the final exam, that's going to be online, and I will give you guys a study guide for it. It's not going to be that hard. So if you just read through the books, if you engage in the videos and you engage in the discussion threads, you're all going to do just fine in this class. I really mean that. I want to assure you of that. So I hope that helps. If you have any specific questions, feel free to contact me directly. Just shoot me an email and we'll talk about it. So God bless you guys. I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to reading all of your discussions.